Hello guys, welcome to my today's YouTube video. This is post game commentary of one of my ranked battles I played with in my gearing tier 10 American destroyer on the map called Trident. So in the beginning of the game, I always think, or I want to be always aggressive, and I want to go for the middle cap. This map is actually very bad, especially when you spawn on the north part of the map. It's very bad because the position of the mid objective here, the hill in the middle, you can see uh, it's very badly positioned because there is an island above him, above it, and it prevents you from getting away or disengaging from the fight securely. So you don't want to go there, even though that's I think I did a slight mistake. Let's say here when I went for it. Uh, I should realize that when I saw that there is a demo with the radar and potentially Mino with the radar, we don't know yet, right, in the beginning of the game. But usually the radar cruisers want to stay on the enemy team, want to stay right behind this island. Usually that's the position when one of the radar cruisers usually is, and the second strong position is behind this big island, here or here, right? It depends from which side. So going here is quite bad idea because if I would turn to the left, I would have this island between me and the safe and the safety, right? So I'm trying to go for it, and now I spot that was lucky for me. I spotted the Des Moines, and I immediately turn right to make distance between me and the Des Moines, because I'm not that scared of the Curfews or the Ohio, but the Des Moines with his like 5 second reload time can absolutely wreck me. Therefore, I'm putting this island between me and the Des Moines. Meanwhile I'm spotting Minotaur and Moines, and I'm disengaging because I know it was lucky that the Des Moines didn't use the radar at that time. He was spotted. He should use the radar, but for some reason he didn't. So I was not punished for that, and I get out of there unpunished. So that was really nice. So I sent torpedoes to the Curfews and the Ohio, because usually the Curfews doesn't. When you are in battleship and you are you don't know where the destroyer is, when the enemy destroyer is, then you usually do not use usually do not use your hydro, and it was quite. And I punished that Curfews for that because he was definitely not using hydro at that time. So, and you want to torp battleships because they are clumsy. They do not do not dodge that well. And they were not expecting, because if I sent torpedoes towards the Des Moines, he probably would radar immediately and hydro, and probably even that would cause the Grosse Curfews, which was here at the time when I was torping, to pop his hydro too. So yeah, you notice I spotted and barely dodged the enemy Shima torpedoes, but I'm continuing to harass the Curfews and Ohio, and I'm trying to. Currently, we have Republic, Kremlin, Smolensk, and Worcester helping me, and those 4 ships should be absolutely capable to destroy those ships. Those two. There are 2 battleships and destroyer. Destroyer is actually already disengaging. or he will be. I detect him, I start shooting at him. Not sure if this was the smartest idea. I should probably immediately pop the smoke. I did it quite late. I will take a lot of damage from those guys. But I managed to keep the objective and push the Shima away. What I don't like is the Republic is sailing back to our other side, and the Kremlin position of the Kremlin is horrible. Is horrible because now he can shoot only Des Moines and probably the Thunderer, but he cannot dodge anything. He will be perma-spotted by the Destroyer, and the Minotaur, Des Moines, and Smolensk can farm him quite easily. You can see that I'm still hitting some torpedoes, and I already have like 86,000 damage dealt this game. So the Kremlin is no longer helping me to kill those battleships. The Worcester is the only one remaining here. We had advantage 5 ships against 3 on this flank, and my battleships and both my cruisers are actually leaving me and not killing the ships I'm constantly torpedoing. Look at how basically the damage you can see on them is all caused by my torpedoes. Yeah, and this was risky. I was shooting from the smoke. I was the only one shooting at them, so they were blind shotting the smoke, and I ate actually from some juicy hits from cruise first. So that was a little bit bad from my side, and I should also sail out from the smoke and get that heal. But still, you can see I'm still hitting the Curvers with torpedoes, already 100k damage dealt. But the issue is the Worcester is in open water, and he will be focused by the Curvers in Ohio. And because the Kremlin is behind the islands, he cannot kill this. He cannot help us kill these ships. Yeah, so basically we were winning this side so heavily, and we had outnumbered the enemy so heavily. Now there are only these 2 battleships. The Shima, as you can see, already moved to the middle of the map. So it's me and the Worcester, and Worcester will. I'm not detected, and Worcester is shooting in open water. So both Curvers and Ohio will focus the Worcester, right? I'm trying to heal a little bit up thanks to all the heal objectives we pick up. So we picked up 1, right? So we are healing slightly, and it doesn't seem much, but it was very important it's very important to pick those heals, and this is a mistake. The Curvers will be able to actually sail into the heal and pick it for their team. So that was mistake by me. I should pick it up, but still I'm torping. I'm constantly threatening the Ohio, so they have really troubles to push heavily because they are pushing into the destroyer. And yeah, this game was really good game for me, not for my team, definitely. And also sorry for this H press to open the list of buffs. It's the replay bug. I cannot get rid of it. Sorry for that, guys. But finally, the Worcester will be able to kill the Ohio after I torped him again. So I already have 153,000 damage, and now we finally get rid of all their battleships on this flank, which we should be able to do that much easier with if the Kremlin and if our Republic stay and Smolensk stay on this flank. We would kill those 2 ships, and we would push back into the mid, because look what they do. The Republic sailed there like over here. Then he pushed next to the island, and he pushed into Shima, Des Moines, Minotaur, Smolensk, and Thunderer. So I would understand if he would stay here and start and farm damage from the range, but no, he was pushing like into 5 kilometers from Mino, Des Moines, Smolensk, and Shima. It's really stupid. So we lost the battleship. The Smolensk died somewhere here. He was caught off guard. Now I detected again the Shima, so I immediately started gunfight with the Shima because he has no support. The Des Moines has their Des Moines is the closest target to closest cruiser to me, but he had his guns pointing towards the Mino Worcester to this side. So luckily the Thunder was able to help me, and even though I was like I was having like 1/5, 1/6 of my hit points, and the Shima has like 75%, we were still able to actually get rid of him. So that was really nice. Now we knew that there is still Mino somewhere in the capping, so we had to push in. At this time we had still a lot of ships, and we had battleship with almost half of the hit points, but for some reason he is pushing, which I really don't like. He shouldn't be pushing, and if he wanted to push, he should sail quickly behind the island here. But it's not good idea because the Smolensk is here. The Smolensk, because the Thunder is pushing towards the island. The only thing Smolensk needs to do is sail behind the island, pop from the side, and send torpedoes. Those are Mino torpedoes aimed on the Thunderer, and luckily the Thunder avoided them. I cannot push into behind the island to somehow get rid of the Smolensk, or at least harass the Smolensk, because it's a Smolensk, and also there was Des Moines 10 kilometers behind the Smolensk, so I couldn't well, not 10 kilometers, like it was behind the Smolensk but 10 kilometers away from me, so I was in the radar range. Now our Mino was pushing into Thunderer, and it won't end up nicely. The only chance was there if the Mino would be able to actually torp the Thunderer. That would be possibly the best, but the Mino will die, and so the Thunderer, so they will trade. And I scored another torpedo hits on the Smolensk, and now I'm moving forward. I was thinking that I might be able to shoot the Smolensk, but I wasn't. The Thunder, of course, died because he was pushing into Smolensk torpedoes and into Des Moines. As I mentioned, the Minotaur actually was able to get rid of the Thunderer, and the enemy Minotaur got rid of our Minotaur. And now we are one cruiser, one Worcester against three cruisers. And here I was thinking like, okay, I need to get out of here. There is a Mino was hydroing me, so I knew that he was pushing into me, so I was immediately disengaging, but the Des Moines was pushing. The Des Moines was already somewhere like here in this square, so he radared me, and there was no chance for me to disengage, and I died. But I still was able to manage to send torpedoes towards Minotaur, and I hit a Mino, and he was flooding, so my damage will tick up a little bit more, and soon I will go over 200,000 damage, right? So I will end up, okay, let me quickly swap. Can I swap to oh, now I can swap to Worcester. You can see Worcester has only 3,000 hit points, and this is the this is the damage I received. It was 202,000 damage dealt. I scored high caliber, hit 13 torpedoes, caused 8 floodings. I had 2 captures, and I secured only 1 buff. That was bad from my side, but unfortunately, because our battleships decided to bail out and leave us, and the Kremlin chose a really bad position to sit and sit next to island, getting spammed by Minotaur, Small, and Des Moines. He just simply died. So it's not, you can do that like with John Bart. He's really designed for that, but don't do that with the Kremlin. He's not designed for these kind of things. It's better if you stayed like behind and could help us to farm, because it took me a really long time to kill those battleships, right? Because the Worcester was dealing just minor damage to them, and the Moines and Republic left me, so there was nothing I could do. I was just trying to turn them to get them really low, get rid of them as fast as I possibly could, but it was not enough. So, and this is basically the end of the game. The Worcester is going to die now, and that is actually it. And after this game stops, I will show you how my gearing is set up. Okay, so 1 or 2 more seconds and the game will finally end. Come on, he dies. Now, is it now? No, I think it was the Des Moines who killed him in the end. Or was it Mino? Not sure. But it's coming to end very soon. I think it was a Mino. Yeah. He disengaged and then decided to engage again, and now there will be coming the salvo from Mino. And there it is. Right, guys, here is my gearing. Let me pop the modules. One more thing I wanted to say is that if you have such an excellent game in your destroyer and in ranked battles, it's amazing and you should be proud. But it means also one thing, that your cruisers and battleships didn't do much. So it will be most likely lost. And yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't show you the results result tab, because I forgot to print screen it and to save it, so I don't have it. But I even though it was lost and my team lost, I end up first on the experience, and I was able to keep my star. Right. So now let's go through the build of my gearing. Right. So first upgrade, main armament modification 1. You don't want to lose guns or torpedo tubes. And it happened quite often during ranked battles when I lost. Even with this upgrade mounted, I lost permanently my torpedo tubes. Then the next one, engine room protection, because simply there isn't better. You don't want to use damage cone. It's your repair party is or damage con party. Sorry, your damage con party is on short cooldown, so you don't you can put up the fires quite easily. The third one, previously I was using aiming system modification, but since they introduced the new upgrades, I am using simply the torpedo tubes modification one, basically on any torpedo on any torpedo boat, because it's just simply better than the aiming. You can use the aiming system modification on gunboats, on the ships you are building as gunboats, but for torpedo boats you definitely use the torpedo tubes modification one. The next one on the fourth slot is, or in the fourth slot is the propulsion modification. I want, because I believe the maneuverability is already good with radar shift time 3.3 seconds, so definitely it's better to accelerate faster. Then on the fifth slot, the legendary mode or legendary upgrade for the Shima. It definitely decreases ship detectability and also dispersion of shells fired at you. It has downsides. You don't fire your guns that quickly because there is plus 15% to the reload and also 5% to torpedo reload. But it gets you to 5.6 kilometer detection range. So definitely use that, because with this legendary upgrade you have the same detection as Shima. Yeah, if you don't have that, if you don't have the legendary upgrade, use standard concealment system modification one. And sixth slot, because it's torpedo boat, or I'm playing the pure torpedo boat, I'm going for torpedo tube modifications too, because I want to decrease the torpedo reload. Now, on the captain, I'm using the Alexander Ovechkin, the American version of him, and I have 19-point captain right now. So I took skills in this order: preventive maintenance, last stand. Then I took superintendent, concealment, radio location, survivability expert, and as the last one, adrenaline rush. Those are my 19-point captain. Even though I'm using a lot I'm using torpedoes a lot often, I'm not going for the torpedo armament expertise, because then I would need to give up either superintendent, which I don't want to, because the gearing smokes are very nice. You have the American smoke screens, which you can the activation time lasts like 30 seconds, and the smoke itself will last more than 2 minutes, so you can sit in the smoke and fire. And if you need to smoke someone, you can create a really huge line of the smoke, which prevents enemy from vision. And to have one or more of these, and also one more engine boost, is in my opinion much better than to give it up, for example, for torpedo armament expertise. And definitely want to have radio location, because especially during the ring battles, I hit enemy torpedoes several times. Enemy destroyers several times with my torpedoes, just because I was launching torps based on the radio location skill. So yeah, you want that, and that's it, guys. So thank you very much for watching my newest YouTube video. Like it if you like it. If you don't, subscribe, and see you later, guys. Bye.